we'll be talking about Sun Tzu Art of Communication. Are you probably wondering what is Sun Tzu Art of Communication? Now let me go through with you a little bit more so that you'll understand exactly what Sun Tzu Art of Communication is all about. The special thing that I want to focus with you today is actually looking at how do you actually be able to improve your communication, your ability to speak better, your ability to understand people better. Now, as an individual, we play many roles in our daily life. At home, you are parents. In office, you may be a worker or manager or even GM. In certain cases, you are also dealing with your friends as colleagues. Now, all these situations, at times will create situations where you have problems in communication, especially interpersonal skill. So this particular session will help you understand better in terms of what you can do to enhance your skill, better your communication ability, to be able to understand people better, so that in that case you'll be able to improve your relationship at the end of the day. And that also include your close one, including your spouses or even with your kids. So this particular session, I'm focusing on winning through your particular communication style and personality style as well. So this is very, very crucial because at the end of the day, what we want to achieve is a happy life. Happy life means be able to sort of achieve a better relationship with all the people surrounding us, especially our loved ones. And this is not only talking about your relationship with your kids, your spouse, but also in business situations. You find that many a times, some people are more successful than the others in business. Why is that? There's a big question that especially people in business. And I've been in this line for many, many years. And I've trained sufficient enough people, and many business people have also benefited a lot from this and find that their business improved tremendously because they are knowing in terms of interpersonal skill. So the first thing that we have to learn about this is knowing yourself. Okay? The first is we have to know ourselves in terms of our style, our personality, and our communications ability before we can improve our relationship with other people. So because of that, for those of you who are familiar with the Chinese history, those of you who have delved in a little bit deeper into the Sun Tzu Art of War, you will realize that one of the most famous saying in Sun Tzu Art of War is, if you know your enemy and know yourselves, right? 100 war, you will not lose. Meaning that it's important not only to know yourself, but to know your enemy. And not only enough to know your enemy, but also to know yourselves. Very often in business, we only look at our enemies without looking at ourselves. There's a need, to look at both yourselves and your enemy so that you'll be able to come up with solutions to improve your relationships, with your customers, with your colleagues, with anybody around you, so that you'll be a better person at the end of the day. In this session, my focus will also look at how you'll be able to find out about your personality and communication style by filling up and completing a self-inventory, which will reveal to you the kind of person you are. And also very, very crucial is how do you adapt yourself, attune yourselves to the different type of styles that you have in other people. So this will ultimately help you to move forward, to improve your communication ability, and to be able to achieve your goals in a win-win situation with a win-win outcome. Now, the other key thing about this particular session is that we must accept the importance of self-awareness. Very often, we overestimate ourselves. Many of us think that we know ourselves more than other people, but that may not be necessarily true. A lot of us may not exactly know who we are unless, and of course, we go into a style analysis to really understand what kind of person we are, especially in terms of how we communicate, how do we actually relate to other people. So the willingness to accept feedback from other people for our personal growth, therefore I think personally is a very, very important criteria that will make us a better person at the end of the day. And this is the crust of these particular sessions. Now, this journey of self-awareness means the need to understand not only yourselves, but the need to also understand other people, and the ability to adapt yourselves, your style, to the different types of people around you, be it managers, be it colleagues, be it your spouse, be it your children, so that you'll be able to create situations where you will see improvement in both relationships, in terms of communication, in terms of interpersonal skill as well. And this is what the whole session is all about. So we'll be focusing on winning through the behavioral style. To know exactly what these styles are, I will therefore now go into a deeper analysis so that you'll be able to sort of absorb as much as you can in terms of improving your communication skill. Now, why is understanding the communication and behavioral style so important? Because all of us living in the world today, be it at home or in office or even dealing with your children or in other situation, even with your friends, at the end of the day, I think seeking an advantage, to be able to understand people better will be something that all of us long for, yearn for, so that we will be looked upon as a more successful and a better person at the end of the day. Communication is a tool that all of us will use, whoever you are, because we need to speak, and we need to listen to people. And you'll find that most successful people are people who are able to communicate better than other people. And you'll be amazed by why some salespeople are doing very well while the others are not doing very well. That's because of the way they communicate, the way they speak, the way they influence. So communication exactly is a power of persuasion, a power to influence people to see the point you want them to see. Now, let me go into a little bit about this P and C style, which I call personality and communication style. Now, Carl Jung is a psychologist, came out with the intuitive people, he came out with thinker, the feeler, and so on and so forth. Today, you'll be flooded with all sorts of personality studies and behavioral studies. You'll find that whatever method they've been introduced in the market today, they don't run away from the four main types. In the 30 years that I'm in this line, I found that the bird style, or we call the relationship strategy by Dr. Alexandra, to me personally is one of the most easiest and simple to understand. So exactly for this session, I will focus on the four different types so that you'll be able to absorb. Now, at the end of the day, you need to fill up a form or what we call inventory so that you'll be able to understand yourself, the real you. Because all of us have two faces. One is the realist, the other is us that we want the world to see. So we put on a mask, the social mask we call that if we are the GM or manager, when we step into the office, our behavior, our personality will change according to our positions. That may not be the real you. The real you is the one that when you reach home in the evening or at night, resting and be the real you. So there are always two sides of us. The real you and the mask that you show the world. But today, what we are going to do is to find the real you, not the you that you want the world to see. And how accurate are all this? Generally, whichever method you used, according to those experts who have done a lot of assessment on this, generally 80% accuracy in terms of personality and behavioral characteristics that you show. Including the bird style. And my personal experience in Malaysia is at least 85% accuracy. From the many people that have done, thousands of people have gone through my session. Most of them come back to say that it's very accurate. And some of them even says that because I know them well enough, that's why I'll be able to share with them who they really are. But that's not true, It's how accurate you are, how honest you are filling the form. So the accuracy of your style depends on how honest you are when you fill the form. So at the end of the day, you will find that your communication and behavioral style, after you have done the assessment, will determine your success in terms of how you communicate with people, how you relate with people. And I think that is what's important of us as an individual to want to achieve the best we can so that people will take us as something very real, very honest in dealing with them. All this that I shared with you earlier are called psychometric tools. And many organizations has actually used it for real. Use it for recruitment purposes, for leadership courses, for putting the right people in the right job, so on and so forth. This particular P&C style actually very, very useful if used appropriately, because it helps you make your organization better, make the relationship between people better, build your teamwork much greater, and improve relationships even among colleagues. So this is something that very useful that I think you should consider very, very strongly to actually utilize it in your organizational growth.